told you that the new Smile platform from Unitron is making it easier than ever to fit patients with new hearing aids? And the consumer feedback has been nothing short of amazing. Well, get ready because that's exactly what we're going to talk about today in our episode of Maximize Your Audiology Business. I'm Courtney Smith, and I'm the Senior Manager of Audiology and Education at Unitron. Listen up, let's get to it. I'm joined today by Dr. Laura Gifford of Audiology and Hearing Health outside of Nashville, Tennessee. How are you today, Dr. Laura?
I am well. How are you?
I'm great. So tell me, what's the biggest difference you've noticed when fitting patients with Smile?
Well, Vivante fittings were pretty dang simple and intuitive, but these new receivers for Smile are awesome because there's no pin to deal with. It's so much easier. It takes so much less time.
And changing the receivers has really improved, right?
Yeah, so much easier.
Awesome. And what about your patients? How are they responding to the sound of Smile?
They love it. So whether they were in other manufacturers or previous Unitron or Sonova users even. I had a patient come into me the other day. He's an audio engineer and he cannot get over the improved sound quality. And even he wasn't looking for new hearing aids. This audio engineer was great because he said, I've had my hearing aids for a while and it was a different brand and it's a brand that touts themselves as being for musicians. So he thought it was great. But he said, I can't wear them under my headphones when I'm mixing. And I had just come back from a Smile training and I hadn't fit Smile on anybody yet. So he was my first Smile demo. And I said, well, that kind of makes sense because of the mic placement and the Smile mic ports are different even than previous Unitron products. I was like, let's try these and see if you can wear them at, more effectively in your work. And he loved it.
Awesome. I hear we have a little testimonial from one of your patients, and I love to show everybody that.
Yeah, he's great.
So you just got new device. You just tried some new devices.
Yes.
Because you were having some issues with your existing devices.
Right.
And tell me about how that went.
That was eye-opening and great because during the time between the previous devices I had, which were great devices, it was such an improvement for me. And now the technology has evolved to the point where I benefited even more by upgrading my hearing aids. I'm an audio engineer. I mainly mix and record music for my clients. So it's very important for me to be able to hear the things that are going on in the mix. We all lose hearing as we get older. Mine's been complicated by environmental factors, growing up, not taking care of my hearing. After trying my new hearing aids while I was mixing a song for one of my clients, for the first time in years, her feedback on the mix was, it sounds great, I love it. That tells me that my new hearing aids are allowing me to be more effective and more accurate in me doing my work. And that's really all that matters to me, is that I know there is a marked improvement in what I'm hearing.
Did you perceive that you were having enough difficulty with your old devices that if I hadn't just said, hey, take these and try them and see if it helps, would you have looked into new technology at this point, or do you think you would have kept going with what you had?
That's a really good question. I may have tried to keep going with what I had because without going to an audiologist, I wouldn't have known that there was new technology available and wouldn't have been able to try these. So no, I probably wouldn't have. Did I perceive that there was an issue? Kinda, but I didn't let it really bother me because I had been compensating for years with my hearing. Prior to getting my new hearing aids, I did have one client said, man, can you turn down that hi-hat, which is a real high frequency based sound. He said, it's driving me crazy. I wasn't hearing it that way. That's a clue. And I don't have that problem anymore. I can hear the hi-hat and I know what he's talking about.
I love what he just said. So Dr. Laura, how did you go about starting a conversation about Smile technology with this patient?
Well, I had, as I said before, I had just been to a Smile training and I had one set of flex trials. And because of the problems that he was having physically wearing his devices underneath his headphones, I said, let's program these up for you and take them home and work with them for a week or so and see what you think. Because I was mostly concerned about the mic placement and him being able to wear them under headphones. I felt like he would hear better than with older technology in general, but his response was incredible. I mean, I called to follow up after a few days, and he said, I want to get some of these hearing aids. And he wasn't even, his older hearing aids were working fine. He wasn't looking for new hearing aids, but I put the Flex Trials on him, and it made such a difference in his work that he immediately came back and ordered a pair.
And what I love about Flex Trials is it gives patients that real life experience they can take with them.
Yeah, yeah. There's no substitution for trying hearing aids in your own world, in your own environment. It just, you can't guess that stuff. You can't prepare a patient for what they're going to experience. They have to experience it for themselves.
So if there's a hearing care professional watching this episode and they're on the fence about bringing Smile into their office, what would you say to them?
I'd say get off the fence. It's been great. I have had so much success. I've had so much positive feedback on sound quality and just understanding a noise from previous patients. The fitting process is always easy with Unitron. And like I said, the receivers make it even easier now with Smile. Patients love it. And one thing that it's not unique to Smile specifically, but one thing that makes Unitron such a great partner for clinics is the upgradability. So there's the Flex upgrade that no other manufacturer has. If a patient under purchases when they first buy their hearing aids, or if their lifestyle changes after they've bought their hearing aids and they need more technology to get through whatever they're doing now, Unitron's the only manufacturer where you can upgrade the same hearing device that they're wearing to a higher level of technology on the same platform. They can't afford to go all the way to premium at the beginning, even though they know they need to. It just opens up a lot more options for the patient, and I feel more comfortable with my fittings because I've got that knowledge in the background.
Dr. Laura, thank you so much for being with us today. I'm totally visiting you next time I'm in Nashville. And just to recap, what Dr. Laura shared with us today is that Smile providers are really noticing improvements in working with our receivers. They're so much easier. Also, put Smile on your more discerning patients. Those musician, engineer patients that can be tough to work with, just know that the Smile sound quality is going to blow them away. And last, remember, Unitron has upgradability. We're the only company in the industry that can do this. So if you have a patient, you're not sure what technology level to put them in, go with the Smile Flex trial. Why not? Friends, thank you so much for watching Maximize Your Audiology Business today. Remember to like and subscribe. Send me comments. Send me your email address in the comments and I'll write you back. Can't wait for our next episode.